Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in our Ultimate Base 2.0. In the previous episode we finished building this design for a symmetrical double aluminium volcano. It has been a blast building it. At the moment I'm slightly concerned it's not going to be capable of moving much more forward. If, for instance, it has the same characteristics as magma, so that might result in a problem, but it looks as though we can already take these apart. I kind of wanted to prevent a lot of the liquid from spilling over too quickly for the oil to cool down. Anyways, we're all good. The cooling loops are filled up as well, so I think I'm just gonna wait until we can make some observations about this. On the main planetoid, I also added a little change. So far, we had the meal ice and the mushrooms being delivered over here, and they were actually being dropped right down from this conveyor chute. I decided to add another conveyor loader because we cannot actually ship edible stuff over the automatic dispenser, so I set this one up. And we're now picking up meal ice and mushrooms here in order to bring to the main system. So this is just gonna go along this line and it's gonna end up in my frozen food storage. So that's a pretty neat change. Another suggestion you made ages ago was to actually put in a power transformer somewhere before we actually reach the rockets. The reason we might want to do that is because if we don't have any batteries, let's say the batteries on the planetoid are being used up, also the batteries of the rocket will be used up since it's connected to the system. Well, one thing I believe we should change is this here. I want this connected right there, and then we will remove the other cabling. I might not even implement the change with the transformer, but I still wanted to mention it. One more tip from the comments I wanted to mention is that I could go into Berry Sludge made from the microbe musher. It also comes with a +3 quality, so the same as barbecue. All we needed to take care of that would be bristle berries and sleet wheat grain, both of which are actually a harder crop to farm. Wait, actually not really. The bristle blossoms are easy, they only require water. I thought they require polluted water. However, the sleet wheat grain is gonna require a very cold environment. But yeah, why not at this point expand our food repertoire? We just need a proper space for the two farms. Let me quickly get a farm tile in the joint so I can see what we are dealing with. There it is. Blossom seeds are just gonna need some light, a temperature between 5 to 30 degrees. That is a little bit disappointing. I was hoping to have them in the same room. Sleet wheat's temperature is actually 5 degrees. Sleet wheat also requires dirt and water, and obviously the water needs to be fairly cold. The question is, where are we going to start building our farm so that it still looks good? I think we might want to do it here on the other side, starting with this. So I might go ahead and multiply my fish tanks. The incubators here we should be able to remove. But here we have the teleporters and everything, so that is gonna be in the way. Should we just go ahead and keep building towards the bottom? Wait, are you kidding me? Something went wrong here, apparently. I just saw 2 fish in there recently, I swear. Yeah, I might have to approach this differently. Do we have some fish egg here? Yeah, probably. Okay, let's see if we can do this. If we pick up just 1 fry egg. Oh no, we are too late. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. So in order to resupply this, I will have to wait for an egg. But I guess what we can do is set up an automatic dispenser already. So once we get the egg through the means of the printing pod, we will be able to resupply them. I'm not really sure why it failed. It held up for hundreds of cycles. So yeah, let's say we built another fish tank here towards the right. This here is 9 tiles in size, so let's keep building. So this would be the size of our fish tank. We are going to move all the incubators to a location I'm not gonna need for the moment. And I think 6 of them are gonna do. I just need them to keep the grubs and sweetles alive. As I was building this, I was thinking, why not actually make a small farm to only supply Otto and Marie on the other planetoids? So if I wanted to feed a maximum of, let's say, 3 dupes with berry sludge, I only would need 5 plants each. That means I can have 1 farm here and another one here on the top. Anyways, this here is going to be my new fish farm, as you can see. So we want to go ahead and set everything up that we already can. And we want to do it the absolute exact way I did it in the episode. However, I decided I don't want to switch to algae again in order to tame a bunch of fish. We have so many fish in here, we should be able to get one out of there that's productive. So I'm gonna deconstruct an airflow tile here in the hopes nobody will be able to escape. we then probably want to be able to make our way down. Oh no, I have built something here. But if we go down on the other side, I have the problem with this conveyor chute that the materials are also dropping down. Well then, in order to get a fish trap going, yeah, we don't have many possibilities, just these two tiles here. So let's get one set up here, and we're gonna make our way inside on the other side. We will also build a ladder here, and this should allow me to actually reach everything. Somebody's got himself trapped. Well, Ren, that isn't your best moment, let's be honest. Okay, wonderful. Fish trap. That was absolutely amazing. Anyways, they should now bring this bad boy over here to the fish release again. Let's see this happen. Turner, you're a rancher. Why would you bring farming materials instead of grabbing this Pacu that I trapped here? Ah, of course. I totally forgot to give them access to the room. Whoops. Now he's relocating the critter. Well, it added up, but this guy is elderly. Not really what I wanted to see. We're gonna need some more traps in here. Well, this time around we were unfortunate enough to catch the wrong fish. Wonderful. We got our second fish in here, and it's a tiny baby. So this guy's gonna produce more eggs. And with that out of the way, I'm gonna change the conveyor loader to everything except critter eggs. And then we're gonna put back the airflow tile here as soon as possible. Okay, I'm gonna keep copying over the design until we have this finished, and then we should be able to get to the two farms that I want to build for Otto and Marie especially. If you want to know how the design functions again, then I recommend you to go back and watch the episode. Alrighty, as you can see, I built another fish farm. It is exactly the same. Right now I'm filling it up with my water supply here. I just saw I should set up another bridge here, so I actually supply my farms first of all. At the moment nothing has water, and that is totally my bad. But I built the second fish farm and it is almost done. Just needs a little bit more water. Whew, okay, we were lucky. Everything is running again. Let's think about the two farms. I would like them to be accessible via the transit tube. So let's say we have some transit tubes right there and there. Then we want to take the transit tube, make our way through the wall and down into the access point. Same thing here at the bottom. I want to see this happen. We're gonna need transit tube crossing here, and right here I first need to remove the cabling. So let's maybe bring this down, and I guess we are gonna need a joint plate here at the bottom. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. You get another crossing, and then we will be able to wall this off eventually. Now looking at this, we might want to redo some of the piping. This just doesn't work out anymore. It would be nice to see these three pipes coming straight down. So I think that is the first adjustment I'm gonna make. Man, doing things like this is always a little bit more complicated than it needs to be, but it will look much better afterwards. And will you look at that, so much better. Everything going straight down. That means we now only have to take care of the bottom part and straighten everything out. I decided to get rid of the cooling loop for the stored materials. I only really needed that for the volcanoes. They're now done, so this can be cleaned up. Then we still have our polluted water line that goes right here. Alright, well, you look at that. I think I got it more or less straightened out. That is very good news. On the top here we're gonna have our bristleberries, and at the bottom we need to set up a system for the sleetweed. So I would like to see maybe 2 iron tiles surrounded by insulation. We would need a mechanized airlock. I guess I need to craft a tiny bit more steel so we can make the tiles out of steel as well. But yeah, either way, this is not going to leave us with enough tiles. I would like to see 5 farm tiles. The reason I don't want to have open farms is so that I can exchange the gases if necessary. So I'm thinking what we might be able to do is hijack the upper floor. If I'm not mistaken, the sleetweed grain is actually only 1 tile in height. So that means theoretically I should be able to build something like this. Let me think about this for a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I came up with a solution. We're gonna go for a creative design here in order to be able to place 5 hydroponic farms. I have a system in place right here. I'm gonna cool these tiles down as much as possible. We're gonna use this door to transfer some of the chill into the other room right here. Now this is currently filled up with quite a bit of oxygen. I guess there's only a minimum pressure and not a maximum pressure. Oxygen is also an acceptable gas, so we're gonna leave that as is. On the top here we're gonna plant some blossom seeds, so we can do that right now. And my intention is to expand the ethanol loop that we have going on to freeze our food in order to go all the way down and also chill these tiles. At the moment we would be cooling down the farm first and afterwards go to the food. So I think I want to change how this is arranged. If we cut this off and connect this, we can first go through the food, then we come back down and join up with this guy, and then we cut this off. I think that would be possible. Yeah, I will actually do that, but let's wait for this to be built first. And also, I totally forgot to build the 2 radiant pipes here. I will have to make my way back in. No problem, we can deal with it. Just connect this. Wonderful. Build, my minions, build. Look at that, it actually looks pretty niftily arranged at the moment. Luckily enough, Otto's planet is the one with the sleet wheat, so all we have to do is target it and select some of it, then sweep it up. And I want to make sure for a brief moment this has the highest priority here, this conveyor loader. And there it goes. Wonderful. It is now on the main planetoid, which means we can soon plant it. Wonderful. 21 pieces of sleet wheat. Let's start planting. Though they are not going to be particularly happy in the beginning. Another thing we're gonna need is access to water, so I'm gonna bring a pipe over there, and we need the same thing here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and do something like this. By the way, we made some progress here with the aluminium. It's almost there. I'm actually scared I'm gonna miss it. Great, I think almost everything is done. Now we're just waiting for people to plant these things. The errand is existing. I wonder who the heck is my farmer. Ah, yes, Otto, but he's busy cooking most of the time. Then there is Frankie. I believe he could lay a little bit of focus on the farming. Oh, nice. Looks like we're done with the pipes. That means I need to reverse that bridge and make the adjustments. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I set up a farm station just because I had the space for it, and I thought, why not? I think it's time to drywall everything up here. We can also see the ethanol is finally tagging along and it is heating up significantly. But of course that is a good thing because this way we can slowly but surely start to cool things down. I'm gonna set the thermosensor to 0 degrees above. No, actually below. If we are below 0 degrees, then I want to open up the door. And of course one thing I totally forgot about was illumination. But we can easily cover that, even nicely centered. Ah, and there goes the sleet wheat. I didn't even realize. This of course will require a little bit of fertilization. We do have 217 tons of dirt though. It should last for a while with just a few plants. Okay, looks as though it is a little bit hot here. Maybe we can take our cooling loop. Let me see. This is my cooling loop. We are, well, still below 30 degrees, but we might want to make it a little bit cooler. At the moment I have this set to 22 degrees. Let's go down to 15. Then I'm gonna take my cooling loop here. We bridge upwards. We go all the way around here. Then take a little detour with iron pipes through the plants. And then we go back down again. Use another bridge to join back with the cooling loop. Should be easy enough and it adds up perfectly. Man, I have to say, I'm starting to like this base more and more. It just all adds up now. Nice little compact modules. There we go. There goes the cooling loop. And now we have 2 separate climates here. One should be gradually getting colder and the other one at least below 30 degrees. Look at this. Just 2 more tiles to go. Wonderful. One sleet wheat is already successfully growing here below 5 degrees. The other one also just popped up. And yeah, I think we're gonna be successful with this. You know, I think 15 might have been a little bit too exaggerated. I'm gonna go up to 18. Hey voila, some bristle blossoms are also growing and we even got some micronutrient fertilizer in the joint. This is great news because now we can actually use the microbe musher for the first time and make some berry sludge. Gonna set this to forever. My only problem is we're gonna need another auto sweeper if I want to do this. Or we swap the ration box and the microbe musher. I think that's definitely going to be the wiser choice. There we go. Said and done. Let's set Berry Sludge to forever. It's going to be picked up by the auto sweeper if we set it up though. Actually, it's not listed yet. We have to craft one first. Let me see. I set this to priority 8. Gas range should also be priority 8. It's only auto working on these machines. And I want him to do it as soon as possible. I mean, it's nice to have a farm station here, but I'm gonna disable it for the time being. You can see this is working great so far. One problem, of course, we have to deal with is the leakage of heat into this direction. Maybe we should just make this a vacuum. Yeah, it's just an unnecessary waste of energy. Maybe we could do something along these lines. Hook this up over here. Then we can sever this connection and we could achieve a vacuum with a mini gas pump right there. And then we just get out of there, put a high gas pressure vent, and we set up some more tiles. Yeah, that is going to work. I also need to deconstruct this and set up another transit tube crossing. Oh no, we cannot actually do that. Ah, this is so disappointing. Alrighty, I think I came up with a satisfying solution. I don't think the transit tube crossings are a big problem. However, I made sure the heavy watt conductive joint plate isn't gonna be a problem. Made a little room here with a vacuum, and right on the top we get out. Everyone is happy. The temperatures are actually brilliant here. All the sleet weeds are growing as well as the bristle blossoms. So we just need to wait. However, now it is almost time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. I actually had to make sure to build this pipe here out of obsidian. I might even have to do it with the other insulated pipe. No, this one didn't gain any temperature. However, what I realized is these two tiles here were definitely heating up with the first swapping over. So right now we already have some aluminium in the conveyor loaders, but the rail system isn't working. I want to observe a little bit which tiles are actually getting heated up. Yeah, looks like we might have to replace the cabling here as well. Some of it could actually melt, but it's actually not going to be a problem. If something melts, we're going to replace it with stronger materials. At the bottom, it's going to solidify anyways again. And then we can simply go ahead and pick it up. Rising pressure. Let's see this happen. Come on, give me something good. You can do it. Come on, just a little bit. Did something happen? No, still wasn't enough to push it over the edge. Don't do this to me. Whoop, I almost missed it. Erupts in 3 seconds. Come on. Drop over. Man, they're torturing me. I think we just harvested the first bristle blossoms. Let's see this happen. Somebody should be bringing stuff along. Oh no, they actually put everything in the juicer because it has a higher priority. But the juicer is important. This door is opening and closing a little bit too frequently for my taste. I think I'm gonna fix that with a filter gate. So we grab one of these and put it somewhere in the middle. Gonna cut these wires and make sure this is built quickly. There we go. This is basically waiting for, let's say, 10 seconds in order to continue sending the signal. So now only if we have a state change that is active for 10 seconds, the door is gonna do something different. And it's not gonna open and close unless it's really needed. Ah, Frankie, my hero. Look at this. He's bringing it to the microbe musher. Atu, show me what you can do. This is just amazingly disgusting. But there we go. We got the berry sludge in the joint. Berry, where are you? Right there. This should also go into my freezing zone. And then once we accumulated enough, we're gonna bring that to Marie. So I wasn't 100% sure, but from the looks of it, the berry sludge cannot actually go bad. So that is super intriguing. Maybe we don't even have to take care of food storage. We can just go nuts with berry sludge. Cool stuff. I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up. Well, maybe we're gonna check out Growista one more time, but it looks as though it is still not really happening at the moment. Well, actually it is happening. I just don't see it. Yeah, there we go. It is indeed happening. So yeah, from the looks of it, we have to exchange a whole bunch of things. Some wires are actually pretty hot and all the aluminium rails, they just melted away. But it's interesting that the cables haven't melted yet. Okay, I guess maybe it's just not visible. You can see this is gonna take a while until it is heated up to the point where the water converts into steam. So I'm definitely going to bring more steel to Marie in order to take care of that. And we will at least replace the rails. See about the other stuff. But yeah, with that out of the way, I would say we're going to wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I sure hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.